Hi guys, April here, owner of Fur Kids Boutique. So I'm actually currently at my store right now. I know I've been a little bit like all over the place, I guess you can say. I feel like I'm always all over the place. So, story time. It is so much harder. What a lot of people don't realize, I feel that being self-employed is harder than being employed. And the hustle is real, let me just say that. And I've been self-employed since 2019, and I guess it has its perks. I'm my own boss. If I'm not feeling sick, I don't gotta answer to no one. Maybe just Iris, I'll take that back. Maybe just Iris and my sister. But if I'm not feeling good, I just stay home. There is a lot of wiggle room with that, but it does have its caveats. So literally, I should be working as I'm talking to you guys. So 2019, I'm just gonna go down the whole storyline. 2019, it is no secret, and I'm not afraid to share things with you guys because I'm not trying to be perfect or live up to the standard on social media where people live in this bubble and want to dictate that they have this beautiful lavish life. Because I know a lot of people who live like that, and then they're struggling. And with me, guys, I don't want to be perfect. I want to be someone you guys can relate to. So 2019, I was in a very bad place. Well, getting out of that bad place, I should say. I was drinking heavily, and which is why I don't drink anymore. I would literally drink 2 bottles of Jameson. Jameson was literally it was so bad, right? So I had actually stopped drinking because there was a point where I just wasn't feeling good. I felt bloated all the time. As you can see, in this picture, I know you guys are probably like, holy fuck, who is this? I was very, very overweight. And I would also even get are you pregnant? But I didn't feel good. It was so weird. My feet were swollen. It was just really bad. I'll just leave it at that. And so from 2019 up until I'll say 2020, I lost a lot of weight. I was I was at 180 and I dropped down to 137. That's a lot of weight. And of course, I'm not gonna question it. Who's gonna question if they lose weight, right? So I seriously just thought okay, I lost weight, cool, I didn't think anything of it. But I did kind of find it odd because I wasn't working out, I wasn't eating healthy, but I did stop drinking, binge drinking. So I thought maybe because I'm not drinking as heavily, maybe that's why I lost weight. Didn't think anything of it. But certain things did start occurring. So there was one time where I woke up in the morning and I couldn't remember the passcode to my phone. And I was like that for about 4 hours. And I had even called Apple and was I can't get into my phone and I need my phone because I'm a business owner and I can't get in. And they're okay, well, we're gonna need you to bring this because they probably thought it was stolen. And then 4 hours go by and I magically remembered the passcode to my phone. And another thing that was kind of scary as well, I was always thirsty, and not your average thirsty. I'm talking about I would sit down and drink 4 water bottles in one sit because I was just thirsty, cotton mouth, headache, mood swings. And keep in mind, I opened 2019, the pandemic hit, the shutdowns happened. So not only was I a startup, but my stress level was through the roof, right? So I just thought my stress, anxiety, whatever. I never went to the doctors because I was just it's normal. Maybe I'm just stressed out. But it was to the point where I was consuming so much water that my stomach was hurting. I was constantly going to the restroom. I couldn't go out and be out anywhere without looking for a restroom. It was getting to the point where it was becoming very annoying. Another thing, I should get to work. Another thing is that I love pastries. Let me tell you, I have a horrible sweet tooth. I have a horrible sweet tooth. I love Portos. I had to have like my Mexican bread in the morning with my coffee. I put a lot of sugar in my coffee, my sugar and coffee creamer. I'm actually working on someone's custom order, so you guys want to see. Matching bow, so this is for the dog. It goes around the neck or on top of the head. Designer fabric, I added some bling, and the customer actually wants a matching headband for herself, so I'm working on that. It was just really bad, and then just 2-3 weeks ago, it was coming to the point where I wanted a pastry, but then I would second think it, because I'm like, okay, if I have this pastry, I'm not gonna be able to quench my thirst. I know, like, as soon as I eat this, I'm gonna like chug a gallon of water. So my body was already telling me. And aside from the fact, what I thought was really weird, I thought I was losing weight because like in my sleep, because I don't want to cut this upside down, because I would wake up sweaty, and I don't mean just like, no, I would wake up drenched in sweat. Like, it was disgusting, and I didn't know why. I just thought, okay, like, I'm a sweaty sleeper now. And literally it was, so I just thought like, oh, because I sweat a lot in my sleep, maybe that's why I'm losing weight. So finally came to the point where I was like, maybe I should see a doctor, because the sweating, the thirst, the mood swings, it was just like really bad. I felt really tired all the time, and I was just like so confused, because I'm like, okay, if I'm not binge drinking anymore, or even barely drinking at all, like, why do I feel like this? So I go to the doctor. When did I go to? I go to the doctor on Monday morning. You know, I tell the doctor, like, I'm always thirsty, I don't feel good, I'm tired. Okay, so it was just supposed to be a physical. It was just supposed to be a physical, and he ran blood work. And then Tuesday morning, I'm coming into work, and I get a phone call from him saying, hey, I need you to come immediately, as soon as you can, to the hospital. I got your test results back. Like, I really need you to come in. If you need a doctor's note. He didn't know that I was my own boss. He's like, I need you to come in. If you need a doctor's note, like, I'll give you one, but you have to come in immediately. And of course, like, who is not gonna freak out? Like, who's not gonna I thought, oh my God, like, oh, you guys, if you guys seen my past YouTube video, my bald spot back here, I'm like, oh my God, I have fucking cancer. Like, literally, that's the first thing that came to my mind, because of my bald spot back here. And I get there, and I'm already like super nervous. My hands are sweating. I'm just waiting for him to come in. And he comes in, and he's like, I don't know if anyone has ever told you this, but you're diabetic. Oh my God. I fucking lost my shit. I started crying hysterically. And I mean ugly crying, like really ugly crying. And he's like, your sugar is at, when I got there, he took it. It was at 388, I think. It should be at 88. It should be at 88. I was at 388. He's like, I have to inject you with insulin right now. And at first I'm like, no, like, I don't want insulin. I don't want none of that. Like, can't I just exercise? I'll change my diet. And he's like, no, because you're at the point where your sugar is so high. If you exercise or diet, it's not gonna change anything. It's not gonna do anything. He's like, I need to inject you with insulin right now. And so he leaves, and I'm like freaking sobbing inside the room, like just crying. I'm terrified. This is all new to me. I'm like, I was just confused. I was like, okay, if I stop drinking alcohol, like maybe like I substituted the alcohol with pastries. I'm thinking I did this to myself, right? And so the nurse comes back, and she's like, I'm gonna have to inject you with insulin, and then you're gonna go get, because I hadn't eaten, because I literally drove down there like super fast because I was worried, you know. So she's like, we're gonna inject you with insulin, and she gave me a why can't I think of it right now? She gave me paperwork. She's like, you're gonna go to the pharmacy and get all these medications. I swear to you guys, the freaking, I don't even know what to call it right now. The medications was like almost half a page. Like, it was a lot of shit. And so I'm like looking at this and I'm like reading this and I'm just like panicking, I'm crying. And so the nurse literally, she injects me with insulin and I started crying, and she was just telling me to calm down, everything was gonna be okay. She was like, just go to the pharmacy, get all this medication. You have 2 hours. I need you to come back so I can show you how to use everything. So I go, drive home, crying all the way home. I get home, I eat my oatmeal, and I come back, go to the pharmacy, and it was like so much stuff. Like the lady had it like in a plastic container, and I was just thinking, like, I was just crying, because not so much because I was afraid, but more so I was hurt because I did this to myself, and I was kind of like sad because I was like, you know, what have I done to my body? And so I go back and she explains everything. So hi guys, I'm sorry I had to get off the phone. I had some people come in and then I just got busy. So where were we? So if, oh, forewarning, trigger warning, if you are squirmy at the sight of blood, just don't even watch this. So One Touch, this is my new best friend, and she helps me check my sugar levels, if they are too high, if they are too low. So as you can see, blue, normal, green, normal, red. Lately, I've been in the red. So I'm going to show you guys. If you do not like blood, skip through this. So I know when my sugar level is low, when I'm hungry, I'm irritable, I'm pale. That one really gives it away. And if my sugar levels are high, I'm looking as I'm reading, guys. If my sugar levels are high, which is, they have been high, I'm thirsty, I'm constant in urination, headaches, and blurred vision. So let me just show you guys. So she comes in this little thing. I had to carry this in my purse with me everywhere I go. So first I grab one of these cotton swabs. I get to pick what finger I want to stab. So cleaning off my finger, right? So I'm already going to bed. That's why I'm showing you guys. And then I get my little pen out. I twist this and I'm going to insert the needle. The needle's actually really small. It's not what people think it is. And definitely when they told me, I was like, there's no way I can fucking inject myself. But it's actually really tiny. Like, I think it's even smaller than a, what do I even call it? It's really small. I don't know if you guys, it's small. It probably looks big here. Twist the cap back on. Then I get a lancet from this thing here. So it pretty much, that's what reads my blood. They look like this. And they're all stuck together. Look like this. Kind of looks like a fork. And then just to turn this on, I had to put this in here. And it automatically turns on. So last time I checked, well, first I had to read it. I was so squirmy at first. Again, if you don't like blood, don't watch it. Straight down. And then I still get nervous. I'm not even gonna lie. 1, 2. Ah. Okay. And then, like the nurse said, milk it. So I had to push all my blood up. And then there it is. Grab my little handy dandy and have it read like that. Oh, it's still actually very fucking high. It's at 275. As you can see, it's actually still in the red. So like I said, guys, diabetes type 2, it's reversible. It's just obviously like my blood sugar is not going to go down from one day to the next. So pretty much I had to live a sugar-free, low-carb diet. So then it's illegal to throw in the trash. So I have a Sharpie container. I think that's what it's called. Sharpie sharp container, and I put all the needles in there. So that's just part 1, okay? Checked my blood sugar. As you guys saw, it was still very high. And then this is, I think this part's even worse. Okay, well, no. Now I take my pill. I actually don't really like taking these because it makes me really drowsy. I don't really feel I feel like a zombie. Take it. Okay. And now the part that you guys all been waiting for. My insulin pen. These have to actually be refrigerated. Didn't know that. So I had to take 15. I don't know if don't correct my like medical terms. Like I don't know. 15, it has to be at 15 milligrams. So I just twist it. I twist it until it's at 15. Take the top off, and as you can see, I had to kind of do this first before I inject myself. And then like this and like that. I can't shake it because the nurse said I'll change the consistency of it. Another needle. So the needle's in there. I put it on top of my pen and I just twist it until I can't twist it. Okay, it's gone there pretty tight. I don't throw that away because I had to put the needle back in there to discard it properly. And there it is. Okay. Always, she said to check a bit to make sure that I don't inject myself with air. Okay, that wasn't air. As you saw, like some insulin came out. Set it back to 15. Grab another cotton swab. So I have several places I can do it. I can do it behind my arm, but it's kind of obviously harder for me to like stab myself right there. Or I do it on my thighs because no one can see it. Or I can do it on my stomach. I haven't done it on my stomach because I find it very like, just the fact that I have to, just the thought of anything even poking or injection in my stomach makes me like want to like so I do it actually on my thigh. So let me, like I said, if you guys are squirmy, oops, do not, just fast forward. All right, so here I had to grab a clean alcohol swab. I already have 2 pricks here. This is my, so I just kind of, I don't like stabbing the same place over and over again because, all right, so at a 90-degree angle, let me actually sit down properly. It always makes me nervous. Kind of I have to pinch the skin about 2 inches, and then, why am I so shaky right now? Okay. 1. Okay, I'm like really shaky right now. Sorry, guys. Okay. I twisted the cap up to 15. Once it's completely, I actually had a hard time this time. So it was up right at 15, and then I push it all the way down till it's at 0. That actually hurt this time. Sorry for the cussing. Damn, that actually really like got to me this time. So safely discard this. I put the lid back on so I don't stab myself. Put this back on here. And then twist this off, and this has to go back in the fridge immediately. I'm not a doctor anyway, okay, or like a nurse or anything. Like if anyone's like, oh, how do you know all this? Like obviously the nurse had to show me how to use all this. Damn, that hurt, guys. That actually really hurt. Okay, too much of my gut. Come back up. So yeah, as you can see, I actually got red. That actually made me like really nervous. Okay, so she goes back in the fridge because she has to be refrigerated. Yeah, so that is literally my life right now. You know, I don't really, I almost forgot to take this back out. I don't really let it, that's the needle. I don't really let it, like, yeah, at first it did overwhelm me, because who wants to be stabbing themselves all the time? And as you saw, like, I hope it, so the bad thing too is, like, with diabetes, like, now I can't, it limits me to doing a lot of stuff. Like, for one, if I'm like, even if someone like pisses me off, like, I have to remain zen, because like, even like my anger can trigger my sugar to spike. I think I actually hurt myself. Yup, so this is me now. This is me. I don't know where I put the other little thing at. Oh, here it is. So always safely, just always have to take the needle out and put a new needle in. But yeah, honestly guys, like, if you guys haven't gotten a physical in a long time, go get a physical. I did not think that I was going to be diabetic. So it can either be like two things, because, well, no, one thing, diabetes does run in my family, but I'm type 2 diabetes, so it's just the fact that I kind of more did this to myself. So I'm thinking I fucking replaced the alcohol with pastries, because, and back in, so she's all, took all the needles out and goes back in my, and every night before I go to sleep, I had to make sure that I have enough needles and alcohol swabs or whatever in here for the next day. And then goes back in the fridge, goes back in my backpack.
What can I say?
I actually think I hurt myself. Yep, I did. Great. That whole area is red. This is exactly why I don't want to do it like in a visible area, because I don't want people to, like, you know, obviously automatically assume like, holy shit, why does she have so many, like, I don't even know what to call her. I can't even think right now, because all I'm thinking is I hurt myself. Yeah, so, you know, it's crazy. Like, I was actually like contemplating, like, I know I haven't really been as active as I would like to on my YouTube channel, but it's just like, what do I talk about? Trying to run my store, sewing, custom orders, and all that, and now my mental health. And when I got the news, I was just like, yeah, at first I was overwhelmed, but then I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna get through this. I just gotta change my eating habits and start exercising. It is what it is. Not here so anyone can take pity on me, by the way. Because you guys know I share everything with you guys. I have such a good relationship with a lot of you guys too. So I'm not gonna be like those people on that wanna be like, oh yeah, like I have it all, and then like behind closed doors they're like, it's all a lie. Because I wanna be someone you can relate to, you know what I'm saying? Alrighty guys, well, I am off to bed because these pills make me drowsy. It's 500 milligrams. They make me really drowsy, so I'm probably just gonna knock out. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and love you guys. Bye.